So yeah, it's Allah gonna punish us if we don't grant refuge and upon the non-Muslim. And so what this ayah says and what it talks about and explains is that Muslims should give non-Muslims the opportunity to hear the words of Allah. And Allah says, and this is an interpretation of the meaning, and if any one of the polytheists, idolaters, pagans, disbelievers in the oneness of Allah seeks your protection, then grant him protection, so that he may hear the word of Allah, the Quran, and then escort him to where he can be secure. So this means if my neighbor, who is a non-Muslim, who is a racist person or whatever, and they happen to stumble across my path for whatever reason, I could dislike them or whatever. For the sake of Allah, because Allah says so in the Quran, and this is the proof here, I must protect them. I must help them as best as I can.
It's your duty, right?
It is my duty. It is that non-Muslim's right or Muslim's right upon myself, upon my creator, that I protect them, because if I don't, on the day of judgment, on the Yom Al-Qiyamah, I'm going to be questioned about it if I don't.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else can I get into? Okay, so and as far as Muslims differentiating themselves from non-Muslims, we do try to be different from the non-Muslim in the fact that we know that this life is just a stepping stone. It's just a passing time for anybody, regardless of what your religion or your beliefs are.
We're all gonna die.
And we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
So there's you might be the first one in the grave and I might be the last one out. It doesn't. It really does. Nobody knows who's gonna come and who's gonna go first. So the struggle, the jihad, the war, it's upon us all. It's just a matter of how we're gonna live in this life together, in this dunya, in this world, and make it work so you make it to the hereafter. Jihad is not something that means, oh, I'm gonna go fight in this country and kill these people, these Muslims or these non-Muslims, and in the name of Allah, and I'm gonna go to heaven. Or
Jihad does not mean holy war either, does it?
Jihad is not a holy war. Jihad in Arabic means a struggle. So if talking about jihad, everybody, if you're in Muslima.com or whatever the case may be, or in Morocco, wherever it is that you are, everywhere has a jihad. Everybody's life has a jihad. Everybody has a struggle. That's all the jihad means. So these people you hear on CNN, Fox News, 31, ABC America, whatever it is that you watch or people hear their information from, and they're saying that they're going to Syria or wherever and they're killing people in the name of jihad and this and that. Jihad is a struggle. Don't let these ignorant non-Muslim people who have went to someone who have had scanned the Quran and pick out words and certain surah and certain verses in the Quran and say, Muslims do this because of this and that, without reading the before and the after. Because before that surah, that verse or that ayah was written, let me tell you, there's something that comes before it and after it that explains the who's, what, when's, why, and where of any and everything in every situation that has happened and that will happen.
And nobody wants to talk about that, do they? Because no, I know personally, I told you about this. My husband's brother had a friend who ran off to Syria. Okay? And so for him, the bottom line was money. It's not about, this quote unquote jihad. Okay? They're going over there to make money. They're using the name of Islam to do these atrocities. And people here are so afraid, they've been conditioned to think certain ways, that they believe this stuff is connected to their religion. And it's very unfortunate because these deviant groups, I don't even want to say their name on here. These deviant groups, they are recruiting people, recruiting young people. Why do you think they're recruiting young people? Because young people can be molded. They will absorb whatever information you give them. There's been some of them, like, they didn't even know how to pray. You know, they had books, they had written down instructions on how to pray. So how are you telling me that you are going to fight jihad, which is one of the highest honors for a Muslim? Jihad in its purest form, if you're talking about war. Okay? If you're going to do that, so why don't you know how to pray? And if you knew how to pray, you would know that the jihad starts within you. The struggle against your desires, against the flesh.
And we all know that runs beyond skin deep.
Mm-hmm. That's the truth. It does.
Just saying, because it does. It's not. It don't have nothing to do with how you look like, but it definitely has something to do with you and your non-Muslim neighbor, and it has everything with your Muslim door and the way she looks in her hijab and the way she looks in her niqab and the way he looks in his beard and he smells like a terrorist or whatever the case.
And in Islam, you need to fix yourself first.
Exactly.
You fix yourself first, then you help your community. These people aren't doing either of those things. And if they were serious about fixing what's going on in the Muslim world, they wouldn't be chopping people's heads off. They wouldn't be causing fitna. Right. They have there's an enemy right over there that they would take care of. I'm not going to say their name either. We're not going to say their name. Mm-hmm. They would do that, but they won't. Why is that? Because it's about money.
It's about money, and they don't want to be called a terrorist in their own country. And then you end up in some of these camps that we're not even going to get into. So we're just going to leave that right there.
I don't want to spend any more time on that. I would like to discuss what we were thinking about earlier.
Okay.
We have, this time just goes by too fast.
It does.
We have 7 minutes left, believe it or not.
And it took us 4 hours to get to this point.
Don't tell people that.
No, but it felt like it.
No, I think you're right. I think it was about 4 hours. Nevertheless, be that as it may, we have 7 minutes left. Do you have any closing thoughts? Because I don't even want to get into that subject. We'll do that.
Just gotta stay tuned, and inshallah, it's gonna keep getting better, and it's gonna draw you in, and inshallah, you like what we're talking about, and you want to be a part of the 2 cent conversation or whatever the case may you want to call it. Contact us, and inshallah, we can figure out a way to meet and mingle. Inshallah, get together, because this is something that everyone needs to hear. That I think us as Muslims, we're just being too silent. Like, alhamdulillah, it's good to be silent, but we're going to be asked about this, you guys, on the Day of Judgment.
Yeah. What, did you help your brother?
How much work did you try? Did you try to prevent? Was your voice being heard?
And I just want to say this.
We have big shoes to fill that we'll never fill. The mothers of Islam were not quiet. Their voices were heard. They were educated women.
Yes, they were.
MashaAllah, they were very, very educated, and they spoke out, and they stood up for what they believed in.
And we have, inshallah, we have so much technology at our fingerprints, at our that too, but at our fingertips, that we should be using it for something productive, aside from, you know what
Putting
kind of,
photos.
right, you know what kind of mess is out there. And some of y'all Muslims are doing that mess too. No judgment, but you know you're doing it.
Right.
Um, yeah, we have so much technology at our fingertips that we can use to speak for ourselves and stop having other people speak for us.
And not just that, the technology that we have today, this is mentioned in the Quran. Our Prophet, alayhi salam, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he talked about this. So
Yeah.
you're gonna be judged if you're using it and not using it for something right. Just saying. I'm not passing judgment. I'm just saying.
Well,
You know,
here's our opportunity.
law, you do what you do with the law.
I will leave the email address in the description box, inshallah. And there's also a Twitter account. Follow us on Twitter at Dawa1. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Just stay tuned and please give us more views. Not because I want views. I'm not doing this. Either one of us are doing this for any kind of monetary gain. But I'm saying get views so people can watch this. Okay? Put it on your Facebook page, spread the word, because that's what it's about. You know, I hear over and over again, oh, well, why don't Muslims speak out? Well, we're here. We're right here.
We're here.
And it's not just us. There's others too.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Sister Rauya, for spending your time, your Saturday evening with me.
You're welcome. Jazakallah khair. It was a pleasure as always.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Okay, until next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.